自分だけが本気じゃないと思ったの。
神神楽日運の竜
Tanjiro is fighting Hanteng-2 when he senses a terrible shake in the earth. The five-headed wooden demon appears from it and welcomes another demon called Zohakuten. He's the most powerful Algum of all those four demons who have infused their powers to become one. Tanjiro is not capable of fighting the newly appeared monster because his aura is enough to scare the hell out of them. Kanya is also scared to see the powerful demon in front of him. Zohakuten insults Tanjiro by considering him weak and fragile. He scolds Hanteng-2 for hurting the innocent child, Tanjiro. But Tanjiro gets angry. Zohakuten mentions that he never kills any weak opponent. Tanjiro's kind-heartedness is overflowed, and he vows to save people even when they have no relations with him. Zohakuten allows his 5 wooden dragons to reach Tanjiro and tear his body apart. Gyoko has been keeping Muichiro in a water trap that is impossible to break. He even tries for the last time, but in vain. He's lost hope and asks his master to send 2 Hashiras here for help. Suddenly, Tanjiro's spirit appears and motivates him to remain optimistic. On the other hand, Gyoko enters the little swordsmith who's protecting someone. Gyoko thinks that it's the chief, but he's another swordsmith who is polishing the sword. He's focused on cleaning and sharpening the sword that he even ignores the blade seeping into his body sent by Gyoko. The monster tries to rip his body into pieces, but is completely focused and doesn't react. Tanjiro asks Muichiro to remain alive and positive until someone comes to help him. Suddenly, a swordsmith hops in and tries to recapture the water trap, but in vain. Instead, a fish slits his hands and stabs a sword into his abdomen. Tanjiro's spirit changes to a random man asking Muichiro to build friendly connections and asking for help. They blow some air into the water pot, and he again tries the second technique of mist breathing. Finally, he gets out of the trap and realizes that the random man is none other than his father, who resembles Tanjiro. Episode 8. Muichiro is out of the trap and takes out all the poisonous needles from his body. But the poison on the needles has been spread all around, and he doesn't even have the courage to rescue the little swordsmith. He also notices some bladed fish coming this way, but he doesn't have the courage to stand still. Then he can recall the tragic memory of childhood when he lost his parents. On a thunderous night, his father takes a herb to treat his mother and dies in the storm. His mother also died. He was in so much despair, while his twin brother Yuichiro was not sad at all. However, he was rude and arrogant and considered his father a fool, who stepped out to save his father, who was already dying. Although Muichiro believes in one of his father's sayings that if you help someone, you'll eventually be helped. Yuichiro makes fun of it. Muichiro once gets the offer to join the Demon Slayer team from a beautiful lady who came to them. She was the wife of the master, who revealed that they belonged to a super powerful family who was excellent at using breathing techniques. So, if they join the team, they can save thousands of people. Muichiro seems so excited, but Yuichiro asks her to leave instantly. He was so pessimistic and never wanted to help anyone because he always considered his parents fools who wasted their lives in positive thinking and helping others. Muichiro reveals that during his memory loss, he used to think like his twin brother, arrogant and rude, but his nature was the opposite. One fine night, a demon sneaks into their room and attacks the Muichiro, but his brother sacrifices himself to save him. Eventually, Muichiro shows his wrath and true essence by killing the demon using all his weapons, but he loses his brother in the fight, who reveals that the actual meaning of Muichiro's name is infinity, which means he's not just an ordinary person. He has to live and save people. The scene switches to the present, where Muichiro finally knows his worth and kills the demons. He uses the 4th form of mist breathing called Shifting Flow Slash to kill them all. On the other hand, Gyoko is busy hitting the swordsmith, who's busy polishing the sword. He's injured his body and even popped out one eye, but can't divert his attention. Muichiro reaches in and attacks Gyoko with a mysterious red spot on his face. This spot has helped him to fight the situation. He's amused to see him alive, as he should have been paralyzed till now with the poison. Gyoko introduces a new type of demon. It's a vast octopus, but Muichiro gets rid of it with his new sword. Gyoko again releases the tentacles, but Muichiro uses the 6th form of mist breathing and kills the demon. Muichiro remembers the last apology from his brother for being rude to him all his life, which brings a new spirit to fight Gyoko. He fights all his attacks and promises to cut his throat next time. Episode 9. Muichiro's marks have become his strength, and he insults Gyoko for his pathetic artistic skills. Gyoko is enraged and introduces the blood demon art, 10,000 gliding fish, to attack Muichiro. But he dodges the attack using the 6th form of mist breathing technique. He ultimately gets rid of their poisonous blood and compels Gyoko to reveal his true form. He leaves his body and becomes a huge python. Gyoko is amazed that he's the 3rd person who forces him to show his true form. He has become a half-fish and half-python to attack the Muichiro, but he's affected at all because he keeps on remembering the unending grind to become a fighter after the death of his brother. Kyoko's vitality is truly exceptional, and he moves in to split Muichiro's truck, but he uses the 8th form of mist-breathing technique and rescues himself. Finally, Muichiro separated the head of Gyoko from the body and shocked him with his remarkable swordsmanship. Muichiro doesn't want him to regrow, so he slits the face of Gyoko into several thousand pieces. Gyoko is finally dead, but he blacks out after the mesmerizing fight of the season. The swordsmiths are scared to find him unconscious. The signature symbol given by Tanjiro has rescued them. But Muichiro realizes that the special symbol belongs to Rengoko, who used to encourage him with training. Muichiro has been praised by his family for his courageous act. While Tanjiro is busy fighting the wooden dragons who use the sonic attack on him, he tries to dodge but can't and gets poorly injured. Kanya also helps him fight the dragons by splitting their jaws open. The sonic attack has affected him badly. He tries to use the breathing attack, but the Zoha Kentu is so clever to deal with it. He introduces some more tiny dragons who gulp Tanjiro. He's in the body of a dragon, and his mates can't even do anything. Zohan Kentu thinks that he's won the game, but Matsuri hops in. She rescues Tanjiro by crushing the face of the dragon into several pieces. He attacks the other two with her flexible sword. Episode 10. Mitsuri rushes to attack Zohakuten, but he insults her, and she becomes furious. He threw a wonderful attack of Crazy Guy of Thunder Death, but Matsuri used the equivalent attack and dodged the demon beautifully. Matsuri fights the wooden dragons and even splits them into several pieces. She's increasing the tension in the fight, so the demon uses the advanced techniques of demon art skills called striking trees. Numerous dragons attack her at the same time, which seems scary for once, but the 5th technique helps her to dodge the attack. She even dodges the compressed waves by Zohakuten, but she's aware that the body of the demon has been hiding between the trees. So she has to aim for it rather than wasting time on these fake dragons. The demon realizes she's not just a normal girl, and he must eat her to become strong. So he comes near to her and punches her face. Mitsuri recalls her childhood memories when she was the weirdest but strongest girl in the town. He used to fight the strongest warriors and even eat more than any other girls. She was worried about her marriage, hence she's come to the present where Tanjiro and her mate rescue her from the deadly demon. Zohakuten attacked them with a mysterious thunderous attack, but Matsuri rescues them. She becomes even more vital when she slits all the dragons into pieces. Her vitality and strength have been increased drastically by thinking of the praise and encouragement of his master and parents. While she's dealing with the monsters, Tanjiro and others are rushing toward the actual body of the demon. No attack of Zohakuten has proved worthy in front of Matsuri. On the other hand, Tanjiro and Kanya have been entrapped by the protective wooden spell, but Kanya tries to get rid of it by tearing it up with his sharp teeth. Nezuka also uses her blood to burn the wooden spell. Tanjiro uses the flame dance to get rid of it. Handing has been revealed, but he's crying that he never lied, but no one pitied him. But Tanjiro throws a tree at him. He keeps on running. Naoka also plays a part in killing the mini Hantengtu. Episode 11. Tanjiro recalls his teacher's words and puts all the pressure on one leg. He moves ahead to kill the Hantengtu, but has increased his body size. He tries to choke Tanjiro with the strong grip of his mighty hands. Kanya tries to help them escape, but the demon uses the sonic attack to kill them. While he's busy killing Tanjiro and Kanya, Mazurka uses her poisonous blood to stop his attack. Tanjiro's sword still hangs at Hantengtu's neck, but he has no healing power. He needs some human flesh to regain his power, so he escapes Tanjiro's and tries to find some humans. Tanjiro is following the Hantengtu to stop him, but he has no weapon. Suddenly, Muichiro throws a sword at him, which is the most prestigious. He takes the sword and chases Hantengtu. He uses the sun-breathing technique, separating the demon's neck from its body in one attack. The sun is rising, which is dangerous for Nezuka. He also realizes that the body of the demon is still moving. He notices the word written on the demon's tongue, which reveals that he's not the actual demon who has to be killed. Muichiro is unconscious. Nezuka's body has been burning, and no one is here to help him. Naoka throws him away and compels him to rescue the villagers. He also realizes that the actual demon is hiding in Hantengtu's heart, which is placed in the moving body. He jumps and slashes the body of the demon into two. Finally, the heart has been ruptured, spitting out the mini body of Hantengtu. He thrashes the demon, and he's dead after so many attacks. Tanjiro is sad because he's lost Nezuka. However, he finds the human Nezuka right behind him, who greets him in the morning for the first time. He's so pleased to have her back. Tanjiro has become unconscious because of exhaustion. Also, Matsuri has been rescued because the bodies of these demons are converted to ash. Muzan has converted into a little boy who now realizes that Nezuko can survive in sunlight, which is nearly impossible for any demon. He also cuts the throat of his so-called mother and regrets his demon's incompetences. Muzan understands that if he eats Nezuko, he can eliminate his only weakness. So he kills the maid also and turns to his real avatar. Muzan's terrific past reveals that he suffered from a deadly illness when he was a human. He killed his doctor, thinking he was doing nothing to rescue him. But he also noticed that his body was converting to a demon after the dead doctor's medicines. Now he only needed a demonic body that could bear sunlight, so Nezuko was the one who could do it. They're all so pleased to have a happy ending. At the same time, the lady doctor sends a letter to Tanjiro, exclaiming Nezuko's condition through a card. Tanjiro leaves the swordsmith, who is grateful to him. The swordsmith takes the Tanjiro sword to polish it again. They're back home, exactly like how they entered.